Had a busy week of shopping. I went to Jewell, to Jen and Tarnish. We also stopped at Antiques, Iowa, my father's daughter vintage affordables. I got this little towel bar, possibly. It might have had like S-hooks on it with kitchen utensils, possibly. I'm thinking that it will fit nicely at the end of my kitchen island so that I can hang either pots, pans, a basket, linens, not sure. And just FYI that anytime I say I'm going to do something with something, everything is still always for sale. After we went to Jewell, I think that was on Tuesday, Thursday, I did my normal thrifting. I have all of the places that I visited down linked in the description. Today actually is Saturday and it was the Iowa State Fairground flea market, so I also went there. The Jewell video and the Iowa State Fairground video are all separate, so look at the card and you can click over and watch those. But this is my haul from the other places. So at one of the thrift stores, I mentioned in the video that I've really been looking for a slot for my Pampered Chef stones. So I'm going to show you, we're going to see if this fits in that space or not. I did go to the Copper Dog. Now, last time I went to the Copper Dog, he was moving. This time it was like cleaned up in there, looked pretty nice for a hole in the wall spot. And I talked with him a little bit and he is no longer moving out at this point. The owner was trying to sell the building and blah, 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 things happened. Anyway, he is staying put for a while. Let this be a little glimpse into what I got. It's really hard to look at the stamp here on the lid, but all of the pieces are stamped. Before we look at the bottom of that, I got a bunch of basically, I would call it, as I'm trying to knock things over, I would call it like kite string. These would look great in a wooden bowl. You could put them underneath a cloche and just have them all stacked. You can stand them up and stick a hat pin or a straight pin in and do some kind of little ephemera, some old vintage tags. You could do a Valentine since we're close to Valentine's. Lots of options on how to repurpose these. I'm gonna be very interested to see what you guys think about these things. You might be thinking, why did you get this? And I don't know why. They just were so different and so unique that I had to get them. I think they're pumpkins. I also told the guy, I really think they kind of look like tomatoes too, but who knows? These are like felted vegetables with faces. I mean, how awesome is that? So either you are like me and think it's like a weird cool, or you are thinking, Brooke, what the heck are you thinking? But I just think that they are such characters. Look at those faces. Isn't that amazing? The artistry that went into this. I mean, simply amazing. It's some kind of like, and I don't even know, but I think it's like a needling or something. Okay, so let's get the bottom of that piece. Gorgeous. It's got the grape motif on it. It is stamped here. It's a red cliff. It is ironstone and it's definitely heavy. Even better, the ladle's not marked, but it was with it. It matches. It kind of looks like a tree trunk or a log or whatever. My sweater keeps hitting this piece I have in front of us. But hello, gorgeous. Also at the Copper Dog, I picked up this silver plate hand mirror. It looks like it's been dropped at some point, but I don't care. It is beveled, super cute. Again, you can hang these on the wall either direction. And then like I mentioned before, you can put a cloche on the mirror. Such a cute way to display it. Also from Copper Dog, I got this little bitty brass candlestick. I have another one that I got with a little bottle brush tree already in it. So that's one way you could use it. And then plus, it's just good to have varying heights. And I already have some other height candlesticks. So we're gonna add that one to it. At the thrift store, I went in Ankeny to Salvation Army. I went to both of them, but this stuff I got at Salvation Army. I think that I've been to Salvation Army in Ankeny 10 times, maybe more. And I don't think that I have bought all but maybe like one thing, and I came home with a bunch. So this is a sugar, what do you even call them? Sugar mold. And it is probably new. It's probably one of the reproductions, but for the price, I just couldn't go wrong with it. You can put colors in here. You can put it in your bathroom and put cotton swabs, the dental floss sticks, your mascara, you know, eyeliner, makeup brushes. You can do kids' craft room with crayons and colored pencils and markers. I mean, there's so many ways to repurpose this piece. These just had absolutely a great look, and they're big. Look how big they are for a creamer and a sugar. So you can take the lid off and use this just as a planter. You can also take these and hang them on your peg rails. I mean, such great shapes. Now these, I'm not seeing any markings on the bottom, but doesn't matter to me. The patina on them is the picture that keeps falling over. I also got at the thrift store. It is framed. It is a paint by number. It is not perfect, but for the price, you just can't beat it for $2.99. And my friend Hillary collects these. I'm guessing she already has this one because I feel like I've seen it before with the canoe, but it does have the person's signature. And then this caught my eye. I've actually had pianos before. This one has been painted and has the grand in it, but the nails here are missing. I can, you know, replace the nails. I might not have ones with cream heads, but I should have one with a white head. That's funny. There is literally a hair stuck in the polyurethane on this one, or stuck in the paint. But I love the shape. You could set this a little bit lower on a shelf, and then you can use this top part as a ledge if you wanted to. Stack a couple of hymnals underneath it or little miniature Bibles. Awesome. But you can hinge it back too, and then you can actually see the mechanisms in there. So doesn't have the right sound when it's not standing up correctly, but too cute not to get. Oh, then I went to a consignment shop here in Ankeny and got this wood tray. It is stamped Samba, but I Googled it and I could not find anything. So I either did a terrible Google search or I don't know what. I'm guessing it's new. It's like a live edge tray, but trays like this are great for corralling your stuff. They instantly make things look less cluttered when you put your smalls on top of something. That's why layering is so popular, successful, looks so good. So I could put this on the kitchen counter, do olive oil bottles or spices or whatever bottles that I have. My bottles are all not very pretty in the kitchen. You could also put this in your bathroom, same thing. Put your lotions, your perfumes, whatever bottles you have on here. Set a bowl on it on one side to corral stuff and then line up your bottles on another. So super cute, so many options. Could also carry drinks if you are barbecuing or from the kitchen to the living room. I thought this would look good on my coffee table as well. So many options. Next up is Brass Armadillo. I went there twice this week. Cash has practice twice a week right by brass armadillo, and so it just makes it very convenient just to pop in there for an hour while he's at practice. I have to speed shop for sure. This accordion peg holder is exactly like, well, almost exactly like another one that I have. I am going to blame myself for this because I do not remember this being broken when I purchased it. So I'm thinking it was me. Probably it dinged or something. I don't even know. And now that I'm looking closer, I think I don't think it was me because it has been painted white down in there. I think this one is a wood one. This one actually is a wood one painted as well. The others are porcelain. So at some point these two came off. On the other accordion rack that I have, they were missing one and they just put a white thumbtack, and you can't even tell when you're straight on, especially. Plus, if you hang things on it, no one is ever going to know. Hubby has been really into drinking Moscow mules. He has now perfected his making of them. He knows what of the ingredients he likes to buy. This Moscow Mule cup is like twice the size of the one that he's using, and the one that he's using has been in the dishwasher many a times, and so it is starting to look not so good. So I know it's new. It's okay. It's okay to thrift things that you're actually going to use and not just set out to look cute. Little wall basket to mount. So cute, love the color, and it will also stand up if you don't want to hang it on the wall. And then we have this Gilbert clock. It was good chippy white, a great price. You could hang this on the wall or again kind of set it and lean it because it's got this big mechanism sitting there, or take the whole mechanism off and just use the green and white. You know what I feel about green and white. Another awesome piece I picked up at Brass. This one said, what did it say? It said fabric. So I have wooden ones like this that you use for wallpaper or for like a graining tool where you have the wet stain and then you pull it through and it makes it look like a wood grain. This one is all metal. And it must have been at an auction because somebody wrote on it. I'm hoping my mineral spirits will get that off. But if it doesn't, the gorgeous side is this side. We have Yvonne Lark, maybe? It's kind of a ebony inlay here in the box. I am very much into boxes. When you see how I decorated my built-ins, you will completely understand. So make sure you click that subscribe button so that you don't miss the reveal of the built-ins that I started for the one room challenge in the fall. It's January, no big deal, no big deal. I'm not really sure why this has a plastic chunk on it. I'm honestly gonna take that plastic off. Has a little mirror. They were calling it a jewelry box. This is actually leather. So I'm not sure if it really was a jewelry box, but it can be whatever you want. I'm probably gonna leave it empty and use it as a riser. I also picked up this floral book. It is just gorgeous. Batsford color books. And I know some of you are like, oh, you cannot tear up pages. And I understand, but you could easily frame all of these beautiful prints, florals, or you could separate them and sell them separately, but the whole book is gorgeous flowers. This ironstone plate, Johnson, I think is the stamp. Hard to read, but I sold most of my ironstone plates. I think I'm down to one. So I kind of wanted another one. And actually I wanted another one because I have this piece that is for sale and it is to hold pies. So there is a stopper here in the back and obviously you can't get into it on the sides. So the only way you can get to your pies is via the front, especially on that bottom one. But I think the color contrast, ooh, this one's a little bit bigger. The color contrast with the dark wire and the white is gorgeous. And this would look great sitting on your kitchen counter, on your kitchen island. You can put the handle down. a little bit. I guess it doesn't go all down all the way, but then you could set something here to accentuate it. So I wanted another one so that I could have two to display on this little pie rack. I also grabbed a rolling pin, and I'm getting rolling pins put together so that I can do like a Christmas tree of rolling pins. I'm just doing that to sell them as a grouping. I just think it would be really cool, so I grabbed that. And then speaking of trays and layering, I grabbed this little guy. It's like a teak wood one. Yes, there is lots of watermarks and water damage, but you know what? You hit this with some oil, it's probably gonna be fine. It'll look a lot better than it does now. And again, corralling your stuff. We're gonna have shit on it anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it has those watermarks. And that will make me feel less guilty about using it somewhere where I'm going to be touching and grabbing things off of it with wet hands. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. But I got the coveted Campfire Marshmallow tin, the big one, the original, no reproduction, no tall skinny canister thing, but we got the Campfire Marshmallow tin. The coloring on this one is amazing, and Brooke got it. This actually came from Collectamania, which is linked down below.